Updates on college debt and earnings are released. General Motors files an explosive federal racketeering lawsuit, and New York State has moved for a lawsuit against Juul. All this and more in another episode of Hawk TV News. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hawk TV News. I'm Abdelkader Belhaj.
And I'm Diane Kohler. The Education Department released information detailing the median debt and earnings for specific programs at colleges and universities across the country. Previously, users of the department's college scorecard could only see the median earnings and median debt for all graduates of a given school. Now, students or those preparing to attend a college or university can see program-specific information. The list has also been updated to include data from all students at an institution, including transfer and part-time students.
General Motors filed an explosive federal racketeering lawsuit on November 20th. The lawsuit states that Fiat Chrysler Automobiles spent years working with the United Automobile Workers Labor Union to weaken General Motors and the caused damages to the company. The lawsuit alleges that between 2009 and 2015, FCA corrupted collective bargaining agreements between the giant automakers. Former FCA head Sergio Marcone, who passed away in 2018, is claimed to be the responsible for the conspiracy.
New York State has moved for a lawsuit against Juul. New York Attorney General Letitia James came out with the announcement after the vaping-related death of a 17-year-old boy. The suit is claiming that Juul Labs participated in deceptive and misleading marketing towards youths. Similar lawsuits have been filed against Juul in other states such as California and North Carolina. Juul has not been implicated in more than 2,000 lung illnesses linked to vaping reported across the country over the past few months.
Volunteers combed through Staten Island in search for Stephanie Pars, who's been missing since October 13th. Organized by her father, the search was operated separately from the search authorized by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office in collaboration with the NYPD. Over 200 volunteers searched Michael Tighe Park as a potential location for her body. Pars has been missing since leaving a family gathering. Her ex-boyfriend, John Obisbilgin, was named as a person of interest in the case after it was revealed that he has sent several profane messages to her on the night of her disappearance. Recently out of jail following a child pornography charge, Obisbilgin took his own life. A $10,000 reward has been offered by the Monmouth County Crime Stoppers for more information relating to the case.
In a startling revelation, Ambassador Gordon Sondland confirmed that there was a quid pro quo in regards to the suspension of military aid to Ukraine in exchange for a political investigation into former Vice President Joe Biden's son, Hunter. The testimony from the U.S. ambassador to the European Union effectively undercut what the White House and congressional Republicans had been asserting as an empty claim by congressional Democrats. This was further undercut by Laura Cooper of the DOD, who testified that the Ukrainian government inquired about the stoppage of military aid on July 25th, the same day as President Trump's phone call with his Ukrainian counterpart.
The UN World Health Organization announced on November 14th that it will start a new initiative to sponsor the production of insulin under a process known as pre-qualification. This process allows drugs to be purchased in bulk by international agencies at lower prices. The process was previously used to create lower general costs for generic drugs used for the treatment of TB, malaria, and HIV.
On November 13th, President Trump joined Tim Cook in touring Apple's new manufacturing center in Texas. The Austin-based plant will produce the latest generation of Apple's Mac Pro computers. The facility was in addition to the company's second largest campus outside of its Cupertino, California headquarters, and will add another 5,000 jobs as part of a $1 billion extension announced in the 2018.
For Monmouth students interested in some simple savings, we go to Alexis Vigilaro with some tips on college students' discounts.
Back again this week with more ways for you to save when finding where to eat with your friends. No matter what, wherever you go, you always get a little happier when you see the restaurant offers a discount. This week, to make things a little easier on your end, I visited another local place to eat called Bubba Coo's. They have 2 convenient locations near Monmouth that each offer the same discount. Bubba Coo's offers the $7 student meal that includes an entree, chips, and a drink. I was shown this restaurant my freshman year of college, and the student deal was only $6. Just recently, however, at the start of this school year, I noticed that they increased the price. I was disappointed at first, but it's now only $1 more, so it's still a really good deal. My go-to at Bubba Coo's is always the 2 tacos, chips, and a drink. I have never been disappointed by this meal, and I love the discounted price even more. For the meals, they let you put whatever you want on top, and you are really able to customize what you get, so it's the way you like it. And just because there's a discount, that doesn't mean you miss out on anything. When I went with my friends, one of them ordered the mini nachos, and when she was done putting all of her toppings on, the lid would barely even close to fit everything inside. She really did get her $7 worth, and couldn't even finish eating all of it. If you thought that was a good deal, they have another. Every Tuesday, Bubba Coo's has a Taco Tuesday where they offer $2 beef, chicken, or pork tacos to customers. And if those options weren't enough, they also offer $3 steak or shrimp tacos as well. The steak tacos are really good and worth the extra dollar if you are thinking about getting it. They cook the steak in pieces on the grill right in front of you, so when you order it, you know it's cooked fresh and not just sitting there. Bubba Coo's is truly here to help people save money between their Tuesday deals for everyone and their regular everyday student discounts. There are many more deals to come during the next episodes, so stay tuned to find out more ways you can have simple savings.
Many of us will be spending time at the movies during our holiday break. My co-anchor has the latest on newly released titles with his weekend box office report.
Every week, new movies arrive at the box office for our entertainment. Let's take a look at last week's releases to see how they did. Walt Disney's Frozen 2 legit broke the box office worldwide. Frozen 2 set the record for the biggest global opening of any animated film ever, making a whopping $350 million worldwide. Despite Frozen 2 coming in 6 years after the original film, the sequel was able to bring in record numbers for Disney. It was also able to add to the company's unprecedented year at the box office. Moving on to the next film, 21 Bridges is an American action thriller film directed by Brian Kirk. The film stars Chadwick Boseman as an NYPD detective who shuts down the eponymous 21 Bridges of Manhattan to find 2 suspected cop killers. 21 Bridges had me on the edge of my seat the entire movie, and if you're looking for a great movie to see with somebody as a date, I would recommend seeing this movie. The next movie that was released over the weekend was A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. This movie is an American drama film directed by Marielle Heller, in which she drew her inspiration from the 1998 article, Can You Say Hero? By Tom Genoyd. The film stars Tom Hanks, Matthew Rice, Susan Kelechi Watson, and Chris Cooper. It depicts Lloyd Vogler, a journalist for Esquire who is assigned to profile beloved TV icon Fred Rogers. Such a great family-friendly movie that will bring back a lot of nostalgia for many people. With Queen and Sime set to premiere over Thanksgiving weekend, check back next week for your weekend box office report. Back to you guys in the studio.
So, are there any movies out there worth my money?
Definitely think 21 Bridges is a must-see. You know, I definitely enjoyed the movie this weekend and had me at the edge of my feet.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, so I definitely recommend you watching that movie. But the Philadelphia Eagles offered their home field to complete the final 17 minutes of the Camden versus Pleasantville game following the shooting of a 10-year-old Atlantic County boy. Micah Dew Tennant was honored with a moment of silence and a few players came out to talk to the young student athletes. Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz said, "The last time they were on the field, it was a very unfortunate event. It's something that you would never ever think to happen." Camden defeated Pleasantville 22-0 and advanced to play Cedar Creek High in the playoffs on November 30th.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama is in the running for a Grammy Award for her work on the audiobook of her memoir, Becoming. Her husband, former President Barack Obama, holds 2 Grammy Awards already. Becoming was published in November 2018 and has sold over 10 million copies. She is up against some major competition, including John Waters, Eric Alexandrix, and Beastie Boys' Michael Diamond and Adam Horitz.
John Connor, formerly featured on the Lifetime reality show Bring It, pleaded guilty after being accused of statutory rape and criminal exposure of HIV to a 16-year-old boy. Bring It is a show that displays competitive dance teams from the Mid-South. The team was a member of Connor's Memphis team. Connor was diagnosed with HIV in 2012, and it wasn't until a few months later after their sexual encounter that the teen found out from another source that Connor was HIV positive. Connor also has 2 other cases pending. He's scheduled to be sentenced on December 20th.
If you happen to miss the New York Rangers' recent memorial comeback, Erin Mulligan has a recap with her 90 seconds countdown.
Welcome to the 90-second countdown. Today, I'm talking about the New York Rangers' recent memorable comeback resulting in a score of 6-5. On Saturday, November 23rd against the Canadiens, Rangers goalie Alexander Georgiev struggled in the beginning of the game, allowing an easy goal from the Canadiens. At the halfway mark of the first period, Montreal doubled their lead due to Georgiev misplaying the puck again. Soon after, Max Domi, who scored the Canadiens' first goal, scored again, giving them a 3-0 lead, and very soon after, a 4-0 lead. When it became about 6 minutes into the second period, Philip Eitel scored with assistance from Brady Shea and Artemi Panarin, finally getting New York on the board. Just about a minute later, Buchnevich scored on a breakaway. Throughout the entire game, Rangers' Brendan Lemieux missed multiple scoring chances until 2 minutes after the last. Lemieux deflected the puck past Carey Price, going straight into the net. In the third period, the Rangers let up a goal, but responded with a goal exactly 31 seconds later. Panarin tapped the puck right into the net to tie the game. Lemieux scored again with Jacob Trouba scoring with the puck deflecting right off of Price's arm, slipping right into the net. Something that also happened in the game, which probably only hockey fans will find cool, is Lemieux was high-sticked by Christian Jaros. He was hit in the face, which he already has a black eye on, from a big fight with Capitals player Tom Wilson the other night. But during this game, Lemieux is seen having to pick up his own tooth off the ice. This led to the Rangers having some fun on Twitter, tweeting a picture of Lemieux saying, "Gonna tell my kids this was Rocky." This week, the Rangers play the Bruins in a must-see Thanksgiving game. So with that, that was your 90-second countdown, and happy Thanksgiving. Back to you guys at the desk.
We have to take a short break, but stay tuned for more Hawk TV news.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
Decisions on whether or not recreational marijuana will be legalized in New Jersey will be determined by the voters. Adult use of recreational marijuana was not legalized this past year due to lawmakers failing to agree in favor of it, which will likely result in the questions being on the 2020 ballot. There's some hope of the bill being legalized after the 2019 November election.
If you're a gamer, you don't want to miss this sneak peek at a new console. We go to Melissa Badamo with a look at the PlayStation 5.
Gear up, fellow gamers. On November 19th, Twitter user @PSErebus leaked a release date for the PlayStation 5, claiming that the next generation console is coming on November 20th, 2020. This date lines up with Sony's October announcement that the console will be launched during the holiday 2020 season. The specific day of release hasn't been officially confirmed by Sony yet, but this Twitter account has been reliable in the past, accurately predicting the release date for The Last of Us Part 2. The next generation console may be officially announced by Sony at E3 in June 2020, which is the world's largest gaming expo. Although the PS5 is a year away from its release, we do have some information on the console itself. A Sony registered patent shows the appearance of the console with a V-shaped design to possibly reference the Roman numeral 5. Sony has also confirmed that the new PS5 controller will feature adaptive triggers, which allows for different levels of resistance when pressing down on the L2 and R2 buttons. Meanwhile, the same Twitter account that leaked the release date also unofficially tweeted that the PS5 will have backwards compatibility, which would allow you to play games from older PlayStation systems. Although the PS5 gives us so much to be excited about, the most anticipated games to be released for the PS4 in early 2020 include Final Fantasy VII Remake, The Last of Us Part 2, and Wasteland 3. So, before the PS5 is even in our shopping carts, we still have so much gaming left to look forward to on our PS4s. Now, back to you guys at the desk.
We have to take another short break, but stay tuned for more on Hulk TV News.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Eating healthy foods can be very hard on a college budget, but Victoria Luzardo has some tips with another segment of Organic on a Budget.
What's the first thing on your minds when you wake up in the morning for an 8 a.m. class? For most of us, it's coffee. Caffeine is a beautiful thing, and it's no surprise that over 12 billion pounds of coffee are produced annually. But fulfilling the demands for such a beloved drink does come with a price. Coffee is one of the most chemically treated foods worldwide. Your morning cup of joe may be steeped in synthetic fertilizers, sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides that pollute not only your body, but also the environment. Not to mention the tremendous amount of waste created from plastic K-cups. So does this mean we should all give up on coffee and be zombies throughout the day? No way. There are many organic alternatives to the conventional ways coffee has been produced that will keep you energized and make the environment and your diet a lot cleaner. The first company I want to bring up is Rook Coffee. Rook is a local favorite with more stores opening up all over New Jersey that offer organic and delicious coffee for just under $3 a cup. To save yourself some money and the trip, Rook also offers a multitude of their delicious blends of coffee beans for $13 for a 12-ounce bag, so you can make and enjoy it at home. Though the initial investment in a coffee press or percolator can be expensive, it's a great way to avoid the very popularized K-cups. In my opinion, coffee tastes a lot better and stronger from a French press. But for those of you who have a Keurig already, there are many ways to avoid plastic, non-organic K-cups. The next brands I want to point out is Organic Coffee Co., which comes with 32 pods for $18.99. This company creates their K-cups from a plant-based and biodegradable material that allows you to use your Keurig or other brewing device plastic-free. So next time you're up late studying for an exam, writing a paper, or just trying to drag yourself out of bed in the morning, be aware of the choices you make when it comes to coffee. This has been Victoria Lacerda for Organic on a Budget. Back to you guys at the desk.
We have to take another short break, but when we return, Whirlwind's Francois has an exciting recap on mom's sports.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down.
Doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl? You cool?
You bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them.
Go on, Kelly. Susie Awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Mom, I got it. What are you doing in there?
I got slapped.
Are you a dog?
I wouldn't do that. Have you seen the pliers? Where'd you find those?
It's not your birthday.
Sorry.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, Grandpa.
Take care of yourself.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing. It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down. Doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G.
You all right, girl?
You cool?
You bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them. Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Mom, I got it. What are you doing in there?
I got slapped.
Are you a dog?
I wouldn't do that. Have you seen the pliers? Where'd you find those?
It's not your birthday.
Sorry.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, Grandpa.
Take care of yourself.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down.
Doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G.
You all right, girl?
You cool?
You bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them.
Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Hawks are doing. The football team wrapped up their regular season win with a 48-13 win over the Hampton Pirates at Kessler Stadium. Securing the best record in the Big South with a 10-2 record, the Hawks secured the conference title and a spot in the FCS playoffs. The Hawks will be hosting the Holy Cross Crusaders on November 13th at Kessler Stadium. Kickoff is at noon. The women's basketball team lost a close matchup against Princeton 42-40. Senior guard Sierra Green led the Hawks with 16 points and managed to keep pace with the Tigers throughout most of the game, even leading by 8 points at one time in the second half. However, the Tigers went on a 25-16 run in the second half to close out the game. The Hawks fell to 1-3 on this season and will travel to San Diego for a Thanksgiving tournament. That's all for this week's edition of Mama Sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Worlds. That is all for this week of Hawk TV News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Abdelkader Belhaj.
And I'm Zion Kohler. Be sure to tune in next semester for more Hawk TV News. We wish all our viewers and everyone in the Monmouth community a wonderful Thanksgiving and holiday season.